This one.
It's your boy Son from the Hell, man. Back on another episode of the Rundown. I got my boy with me, one of them ones, man. Let's go to Queens, you already know. Hey, well, I know who you are, but tell the people, feel me, who you are in your own words, what you do, what you into.
Designer, photographer, musician, curator, you know. I'm really not one of those people who likes to limit themselves to one thing, you know. I feel like we could all express ourselves through multiple different mediums, so I'm a man that lives by, practice.
Gangsta, bro. Tell me, in terms of the location, in terms of the day, what's the significance? Why are we here? Why are we where we at right now?
Well, we're here at Laams on the 3rd floor for my first photobook release. DEJAVU launched today. Thanks to Look Publishing. Thank you to Lookspace NYC. DEJAVU is a postcard book showing photos that I took during all my early trips to Asia, 2017 to 2021. And every page is perforated, so it could be ripped out. It could be read front to back, back to front, and the backs meet in the middle. And there's like an excerpt in the middle that gives you a little rundown on what the book is about, These are a lot of like the early memories from Asia trips for me, It brings me back to times when I was 19, 20, 21, beautiful photos. This was taken in Seoul. Like, you just have a bunch of different countries in here, a bunch of different just aesthetics and views to give people so they can see like what's going on out there, not just parties in the club,
And good stories. I was listening to tell people like
every photo definitely has a story. I could go for hours talking about each one, but just know it's all significant, it all means so much to me. Like seeing some of these, like these are people that I've been in my grandmother's house, met my family and everything. You could see like my first t-shirt, like the first t-shirt I ever designed in this photo, so like just things like that, like it really brings me back, it shows me how far I've come.
Gangsta. It's crazy, when I first met Will, it was through our jeweler actually. Shout out to Helen with the gold teeth. She made my grills and just staying tapped in with her. One day she posted his grills and I was like, nah, these is crazy. I reached out so that he could come model some Went to Your Hood shit. He came up to Harlem. And yeah, bro, like that's when I finally tapped in. I didn't know what he did at all. He started showing us the clothes, you feel me? Me and the photographer, my son Seth, shout out to Seth. He started showing us the clothes that he do. And he started showing us the photos. And literally was telling us, yo, I'm gonna do a photo book. I've had some of these photos for years. Showed us the lineup, everything, and that's why this is crazy because it's literally I remember some of these photos, and I'm talking about a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? So when it comes to making shit come to fruition, you on your shit.
I've definitely been told. One of my good friends, he told me one day, he said, a lot of people talk, but you really be doing it.
Right.
The shit you tell me you're gonna do, you really be doing it. So, to have this idea, I've been sitting on the concept of title the sequence for 3 years, just waiting for the perfect moment, not rushing anything, when the timing felt right. And after working on my brand for the last 4 or 5 years, it feels like the right time to implement the photo elements or, what I have going on as far as traveling and different things like that.
Right. That was another thing I was gonna say too about my son Will. On the international tip, I feel like there's a lot of people that represent the city within the city or represent the city in other cities in the country, but just on some traveling, going OT and having niggas know, what I'm saying? Him being an example of New York, of Queens, of, what I'm saying? Like going to Japan, going to Korea, going here, it's like that shit is not important. So I don't know, I always appreciated that shit about you.
Definitely.
Watching on the gram, seeing you here, there, nah, you need the right niggas to be representing what we do over here, you know what I'm saying?
And I just want to show people that it's possible, Anybody could go to Japan. Japan was my dream trip, so to go at 19, it was like, once I got into some money, it was like, why not? Why am I going to go to Cali? It's my dream trip to Japan,
And how many times have you been there?
I've been there 6 times now. Korea, a bunch of times, Taiwan, Thailand, So I made a lot of good connections over the years, people that I consider family, people that have come and met my family, things like that. So it's what brings me back, you know, my general interest in the culture, but also the people that I met there.
Shit. Let's get into the fit.
Okay, the hat, this is my shit. This is Will's Earth, Hell on Earth 2 hat. Sweater, we got the Samibu. Shout out to my friends in the Netherlands, you feel me? The Dutch homies. On the tee, fine sleep, good all over print tee, you feel me? Get familiar, he's the best screen printer in the city. On the pants, this is my new shit. Dropping in a week or two, you feel me? Will's Earth. This that we shit. Feel me? Got the good sirens on, you feel me? That's the siren sweats. And for the feet, you got the frozen pizzas, you know? A good gift. I ain't try to do too much today. I know I'll be on my feet all day, you feel me?
I got a question before we get into the last question. Campaign-wise, that's what I wanted to ask. Because I know how you get down, you know what I'm saying? And just being someone that has hands now on a book, but then also clothes, also, you know what I'm saying? What's next in terms of this campaign? Because I know it's not over for DEJAVU.
Well, as far as the clothes, we got the next Will's Earth drop coming in like a week or so, pop-up coming. After that, I got an invitation to do a pop-up in Spain, Antonia Pizza in Madrid, you know, so I'll be working on my design for that. And as well, I've been invited back to Paris for Fashion Week. I'm a part of an event that I'm doing with my friends, bringing together different brands from around the world to do something during Fashion Week and have a rap show at the end of it. All new popping artists from France, you know, people doing French drill out there, making simple drill rap in French, and bring some homies from New York, you know, so we can put it together and really show people what's going on, you know, have the homies collab and do this and do that, but you know, as well, I'm excited to be able to exhibit DEJAVU in Paris as well. I have a connection that can help me put it together, so that's definitely coming soon, you know. Debut exhibition for the book in Paris, and I'll probably do New York after that.
Yo, last question, brother. When it comes to who's been influencing you or who's been inspiring you, or what, you know what I'm saying, lately, you know what I'm saying, in the neighborhood, you're a traveler, you know what I'm saying, you be around, so whatever, honestly, whatever on Will's Earth.
Lately, I've definitely, over the years, like, you know, my inspiration jumps back and forth. It depends what I'm into at the moment. Like, maybe 2-3 years ago, I would have been more into Japanese culture, you know. Last year, I went through a Francophile phase, you know, like where I definitely was in love with the French culture. Old French movies definitely inspired me a lot. Things like WILLFROMQNZ, Enter the Gallows, like, you know, like movies that kind of match the aesthetic of my brain, that give you like kind of an edgy, you know, kind of like, it's almost like smut, but it's artistic, you know what I'm saying? And old Japanese photographers, people like Moriyama, you know, French photographers, people like Helmut Newton, and other than that, on a personal level, probably people around me, like Scumbag Chad, The Vagabond New York, my boy Brian, Fine Sleep. Yeah, Fine Sleep definitely best screen printed in New York right now. I like people that are just pushing the envelope, you know, really rich references, like reference-based, flashy graphic images, but not too cliche, you know, something that like you put on and people stop you to ask about it, you know, stuff that really reminds me of my shit, you know?
Right.
Appreciate you, brother.
Woo! Gangsta.
Like some inspiration from this Japanese photographer who's from this like coastal village where like these women dive, and like they would dive before, you know, the Western influence, they would dive naked over there, you know, collecting lobsters, clams, you know, clam farming to sell pearls and stuff like that, you know. So this is like the siren sweats too. I thought it went well, you know, because it kind of like gives like a mermaid vibe. These are like the women of the sea, you know.
Oh, this is fire, bro.
Good looking. I'm dropping them like next week, I think.